Show with Jody
and Alex Misiak.
And today we are taking back the word diet.
Yay!
Yeah. It has been thrown around, tossed around, beat up, spit out.
Yeah, nobody likes the
overused,
used improperly. Nobody likes the word diet.
Yeah.
Right? Not really.
And it has been a huge pain point, I guess, for me in my life. Mm-hmm. Trying so many different diets. I remember dieting when I was in my teens, my 20s. I don't think I did too much in my 30s. At that point, I was just more focused on a healthy lifestyle. But diet has been used so wrong.
For so long.
Yeah. That when I bring up the word diet in almost any conversation, people instantly think that I mean I'm on a diet, that I'm taking something out of my life that I love. And
that it's temporary.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like, oh, if only I do this for X amount of time, then I get to my goal. And when I say diet, I usually mean like I'm just changing my diet as in like this is my life. And I have to be so conscious of saying lifestyle. Whereas at the same time, it's really just my diet.
Yes. Yeah. Like your diet is part of your lifestyle. But yes, mm-hmm. It's changed so much because of all the fads and the dieting fads, mm-hmm. like Atkins and that's paleo.
But that's more, I feel like that one's more of a lifestyle. So now we're kind of it's getting a little fuzzy.
Yeah. So what we're saying when we're talking about taking the word diet back, a diet is what you eat. That is a diet, right? Yeah. Animals in the zoo have a diet. Your pets have a diet. Every living thing has a diet. It is what you consume on a regular basis, yeah. Right? And that is what we mean by the word diet, and that's what the word has always really meant. And it's just in the last, I don't know.
We didn't do our homework on how long
it's been since the first dietary fad came out.
But for instance, I was on the soup diet when I was in my teens. Oh my goodness. For the longest time, I couldn't look at a tomato the same forever because it's like this tomato blend. And I want to take back the word diet today because any of the things that when you normally, like maybe most of you listening are like, yeah, diet, like I've been on this diet or this diet, they always are extreme. It's always, Atkins was taking out, what was it?
All the carbs.
Yeah. And like it had to be all the carbs and it had to be all this and it had to be all that. And it was like all or nothing kind of thing. And even with the ketone, is it ketone? Am I pronouncing it right? Yeah. I fear, and not that I'm against this diet or this lifestyle, I should say. It's just that incorrectly focusing on healthy, or I should just say fats, because they talk about fats.
Right.
And we actually watched a show that made fun of this. The ketones.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Remember where it was this guy's like eating a fast food and he's in
he's I'm on the ketone diet.
Yeah, he's eating all this fat.
Yeah.
And he's this big dude, and they're like, that's not kind of how it works. So the problem with the diets in quotations, where you're limiting things or you're following somebody else's plan, or you're like.
They're all kind of elimination diets. Yeah. That's what they are. They're eliminating an entire group of something.
Yeah, and if you don't understand why you're eating fat, or you are like, oh yeah, I get to eat all the fat I want, and then that's not a healthy lifestyle, eating too much fat. However, eating abundance of healthy fats is different than eating fats.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a mess.
It really is a mess. So step one to untangling that mess is taking back the word diet. It's not a temporary thing.
No.
It is a lifestyle. It is what you eat, is what you're going to consume on a regular basis. And that's step one. It's like, what do you want your diet to look like for the rest of your life?
What will help you have energy, feel amazing,
mm-hmm.
and do that? Because if you can't maintain what you're eating or how you're eating,
long term.
Yeah, long term, it's now become just this mess, because like I know this, because it's like you restrict yourself from something and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, this isn't working, and I just go back to eating, or I'm like, oh, I haven't had this, and I inhale it for like, it's just you're undoing. And when you think that you're restricting yourself of something you love, you feel like you're
denying yourself or depriving
yourself of something you love. And then you feel like, oh, I'm not worthy enough. I'm not at a good weight to eat this food that I love. And it's getting that unattachment of these emotions towards foods too. And so it's not just words that we use, but the emotions that we have for food.
Right.
And I actually want to share something, because my sister is doing this really cool thing where she listened to something and she said she's just not having the fun foods. Right. Something like that, right?
Yeah,
something
fun
like
food, yeah.
So Jamie, if you're listening, I apologize if I'm butchering it. However, to me, that triggered something in me. For her, it's working. But for me, hearing that I had to eliminate something fun out of my life triggered me, because I spent my whole life feeling like I held back my fun. I was babysitting my siblings at a young age, at 10, taking on the role of making supper for them. And I look back, I'm like, I grew up really fast. I had to. My parents both worked. And I felt like I even remember high school thinking, oh my goodness, my friends are so immature. Like, what's going on? I held back from having fun for so long that now that I'm having fun and I want to enjoy life and I'm living it and I'm enjoying it, the moment that somebody says the word eliminating fun out of my diet, I literally retracted.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't do that. Like, that would make me feel that I'm not worthy of accepting fun into my life.
Right.
So it's also being aware of what words trigger you, or how you want to look at things.
Yep.
And really doing what works for you.
Yeah. Some people, for example, when it comes to and this is the old definition of a diet, it's like, well, I'll just, I'll eliminate all starch or breads, right? Breads and pastas. That's a big one. The problem with those kinds of things is if you can't switch out of eating them completely for the rest of your days, whatever you stop eating now, whenever you go back to it, you're just going to undo everything that you did, or almost everything that you did, pretty quickly. There's certainly negative emotions associated with the word diet, I think, in general. When someone says the word diet, everyone immediately goes to, okay, it's a temporary thing, it's not a great thing, whatever it is, because it's not going to last, or...
oh man, you're eliminating...
Or yeah, it's always usually that's where the negative things come from, because when someone says the word diet, they immediately go to, okay, what are you not eating anymore? Mm-hmm. Right? And not everyone, like we said about that joke on the TV show with the ketone diet, not everyone necessarily understands when a diet says to eliminate something,
or have a lot of something, where the sources of those there's
things.
So many misconceptions
around that thing. And I think that's the other problem with the word diet as it stands today, is that there's so many misconceptions around the word diet. And you got guys like Dr. Oz and other television people. They're talking. They're just, let me finish my thought.
Okay, sorry.
They're just talking. They're always presenting new information, which is they're disseminating information, which isn't necessarily bad or wrong, but sometimes it seems contradictory. So everyone's I don't know who to trust, therefore all diets are bad.
It's every single day he says something different that overread. We're not going to go down too far of this road, but I remember the days of nursing our first daughter, and I watched a lot of daytime TV, and every day I was like, oh my goodness, there's this I have to do. And then the next day I was like, oh, but he said this day, yesterday, this. So one of the biggest things I've learned through my weight loss journey is to go within. What seems right to you. So I know we're kind of getting away from the word diet, but when it comes to diets, or your lifestyle, I should say, because if you're still on the old terms of diet, your lifestyle is your lifestyle to live, and it's figuring out what works for you.
Right.
and just what feels right to you. So I'm going to totally name drop in here just because you've seen my
our
journey.
Podcast, yeah.
And I am no way getting paid for sharing this information. However, I feel that I need to share this information because it has changed my life. So today is November 2nd. So it's been just over a month that I started living the sexy diet. Now, for people in my life, I call it a sexy lifestyle because I plan to eat this way for like the rest of my life. Why? Because I feel better. There's no more bloating. And the big one, it works. But also on top of that, like I said, energy.
Feeling better.
Yeah, feeling better. My skin looks so much clearer. And I just feel more focused.
Yeah, that's right. No more fogginess or less fogginess.
And I lost 12.8 pounds in a month of not even living it. Like, so...
No changes, not much changes in the way of exercise routine, not much changes in the
way...
Well,
if they want to know more about this, they can grab the book,
good point.
The Sexy Diet by Summer Peterson. And, yep, total name drop. And she's amazing. And she had her own weight loss journey and came up with this system because she had the same kind of struggles as me. You know, I tried 10 years to, like, it wasn't even 10 years that I've been trying because I kind of gave up. But remember when we met? I was like, I was a size like 6 or a 5. And then all of a sudden I slowly gained weight. And I didn't even notice it at first. It was so slow. And then as I was trying to lose it, I couldn't lose it. And as I was working out 6 days a week, I was insane. I was a fitness instructor and we were eating healthy and making, what I thought was healthy choices.
Right.
And I just kept putting it on. And the only time I ever lost weight was when I was pregnant.
Right.
My body shifted. So to have this movement on the scale in a month of just doing small tweaks in my diet, something that I can actually manage. Now, the cool thing is too, is I followed the sexy diet every day since the end of September. However, there's been days that I haven't followed it fully and I've treated myself little amounts. So what will this look like when I get to my ideal weight? I will be treating myself a little bit more maybe on weekends because this does, the focus is eliminating flour so all flour, not just bread.
Right.
And I do want that on occasion.
Sure.
So when I get to where I want to be, and even on weekends, sometimes I do have an occasional slice of bread. And the other week, I like half a pizza. So it happens. And you send yourself love and you move forward because life is about, stumbling, picking yourself up and moving forward. But that's what I mean. It's a lifestyle. It's how I'm eating. And to make this stick, it needs to be something that is manageable.
And you can't feel like you're really depriving yourself. Mm-hmm. And I think we've met a lot of success with it as well. One
of the biggest things for me, though, is I'm having so much more fun planning our meals. Because I'm like, oh, what do I love? Okay, well, how can I make this sexy?
Right. I like the way we put that too. Yeah.
Like, how can we make this sexy? Because we made a pad thai that normally calls for spaghetti a few weeks ago. And we used zucchini and carrot. We used a spiralizer and made them into noodles.
Yeah.
Fried them up a little in healthy fats.
And it was amazing.
It tasted better than the original recipe because we used to make it that way.
Right.
And the flavors were just so much more powerful because the pasta actually took the flavors away a little bit. And I had zero bloating after. I didn't feel like crap. And so when you're looking at how you want, it's more about thinking about how do you want to treat your temple, your body. It's housing you. You only have one body. So it's really about looking at that instead of
what's a quick fix? What's something I can do for just a little bit of time? What's
well,
Dr. Oz saying that I should be doing now?
Not even just that, but it's understanding that, like, I spent so many years on those fad diets, and the abuse that I gave my body was not serving me.
Yep.
Those things, I've never felt as good as I do now. And the reason I have to, full disclosure, is the reason that this sexy lifestyle has been so easy for me is I was pretty close to doing it already. There's just a couple tweaks.
True.
Like eliminating flour, and for the 2 years that our son didn't sleep, I had a lot of sugar. And that's another thing that it's getting out of. So.
Now you haven't eliminated all sugar from your diet. You still have some, but
on my treat day.
On your treat days, okay, yeah.
So anyway, we're not going to go too much into that. So if that's something you really are interested in, definitely grab the book. It's on Amazon, and it's changed my life so much, and that's why I feel like I need to share this. And because I literally struggled for 10 years, I was on the verge. I pretty much gave up. I haven't tried much, and I remember even the 2 years that Jane wasn't sleeping, I worked out like crazy. I did it was Jillian Michaels. I forget what it was, but it was an intense like
ones, yeah.
6 days a week, 1 day of rest, and I followed it to the book and didn't drop a single pound. I may have felt a little more energetic, but nothing else, like not even inches moved.
Right.
In like that time frame. I think it was 2 months of working out like that. And it really is
it's demoralizing, defeating, yeah.
Yeah, it's super defeating.
Yeah.
So I pretty much gave up on working out for a while. So a big one for me is I work out to feel that extra energy, feel fit, and then just feel good.
Yeah.
And healthy, heart and all that fun stuff. So but yeah, sorry I've talked a lot on this one. Do you have any?
That's all right. No, I think that's good. And the important thing here, and the reason why we're sort of saying this, is we should all be working to take back the word diet, like from what it's mutated into. And it's become this thing that nobody wants to talk about, or that everyone's got misconceptions about. And for us, our diet is now a part of our lifestyle. It's not this separate thing. It's not this temporary thing. And we do it because of all the benefits. And, there was a long journey to get to this point, I think, but it was like you found a person that really resonated with you, and you found this lifestyle, not diet, but I want the two words to mean the same thing again. We found this lifestyle that is now working for you. So if you're out there and you're listening and you're struggling with these kinds of things, that, don't feel bad. You have, we've all been there, and you need to find someone to help you through that, and find a way not to do a diet, but to change your lifestyle.
And I do want to end on like, check in with yourself. Check in with what resonates with you, because like we were eating pretty healthy before I started the sexy diet.
Yeah.
And I actually gained more weight. And now, a day after my birthday, that I turned 35, I am now 12.8 and plus now, lighter than I was. So it's so much more energetic. So,
and having that kind of success is motivating and keeps us going. And that's awesome. Speaking of your birthday, did you have something that you wanted to share?
Sure, yes. So I've decided that for my birthday, and I've never ever done this before, that because I'm turning 35, it's a special number for me. I'm not sure why, but I'm just like, yes, 35. And every year to me is an amazing celebration. It's another year I get to, be on earth and enjoy and be. And I am giving, I have 4 spots available for coaching, and it's only going to be $35. Now this is like way cheaper than I ever charge, but I figured it's a give back to celebrate my birthday and just another awesome year here. And there's only 4 spots available, and so it's first come, first serve.
Right, and that's awesome. And so, and they would, where do they go to get
we will have the link in the description of this podcast.
Okay, so just look below for the link, and try and take advantage of this really amazing offer, because That's really crazy, but crazy awesome.
Just want to do something special for my birthday.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, well, we hope you know, kind of maybe have looked a little different on the word diet, and we hope you have a beautiful day.
Bye-bye for now.